Good morning, everyone. Whoa, that works.
Good morning.
So we're going completely off script right now. So I'm supposed to say good morning, and then.
Good morning. I'm Hussein from CSCS.
I'm Gilad from the HPC Advisory Council, and really happy to see you are here. You here, that you came here, joining us here.
So he already gave us a sign that we're over.
Time over.
Yes.
So this is the 10th HPC Advisory Council CSCS conference in Lugano. It was a long ride so far, and then last year we added the HPCAC-AI. So that's the second HPCAC-AI combined with HPC Advisory Council and CSCS.
Yeah, and we are happy to see HPCAC-AI here again. So.
Your mic is working?
My mic is working.
To get closer to
yeah,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
So, after 10 years, actually, I would just tell a very short story. I mean, how I met Mr. Gilad.
Should I sit down or?
No, just stay here. So that was important, and actually, how the HPC advisor in Switzerland was born. That was in Portland, and I was discussing with one of my ex-colleagues. His name is Richard Alexander. And many people in the HPC, they know him actually. And I was discussing with him about that time, about 3D torus over InfiniBand. And I was asking him if we can build this 3D torus network using InfiniBand. And he was saying, no, we cannot do it. I mean, if you know Richard, that's how he will react. And Gilad was passing, so he heard the question. And he heard the answer, and he stopped. I said, okay, I'm Gilad from Mellanox. Can I, answer this question? And this is how we met. And then we started discussing about, how we can collaborate and build something. And that was the born of HPC Advisor in Switzerland. So it was really by luck in Portland. And,
yeah.
So it was short.
I agree. That's short. And by the way, the motivation around doing those kind of conferences was to try and bring more information about things that are being developed and done in the HPC world to more people and to facilitate more discussions. And that's kind of the essence of what we created here and running that year over year.
So.
Now, a few slides, and you can stay here, right? We're going off script. So first, we want to thank our sponsors. Without those sponsors, we couldn't actually run the event, and I think more people is going to come the next 3 days. There are tables, right, Sydney, of the sponsors in the break room. So please do visit and please do talk with them about the new technology that they're bringing to the market and what they do and so forth. And I also want to thank Dan Olds, which is going to videotape all of the sessions and going to post them. So first, please behave when you present. And second, please make sure that Sydney has your slides so we kind of run the day in a smooth way. So I've put here the schedule and I kind of marked that, but what we try to do is to bring multiple topics from different areas. If it's usage of HPC in academic or industrial, best practices, industry insights, and so forth. So every day has multiple sessions from the different categories. I try to color them in that way. So that's for the day. Tuesday is the same thing, and Tuesday we have also dinner. If you want to say something about it.
Yeah, so we'll just give more information about it tomorrow. So we'll be just taking the lift up to the mountain. It's a very wonderful view. The weather, hopefully, that will improve by tomorrow. It's not as we hoped, but it's something that you don't want to miss. Yeah.
And then Wednesday, the morning is going to start as usual, but then in the afternoon we're going to break into 2 different sessions. So it's going to be 2 different rooms, and then we reconvene at the end of the day for the last session, the raffle. So 2 things. So every year we do have a raffle at the end of the last day for people that are still here. And be the lucky. But this year we're also doing another thing.
We did it last year actually. So we'll be voting for best talk. So we'll be just giving 4 names for different presentations, and we want you to decide which is the best talk during these 3-4 days. So one for the raffle, normal one, but seconds will be the best talk. So we'll be distributing papers, and you will just write the name of the talk between 3 or 4 that the HPC advisor community will decide on. So.
Yeah. So just a few things. So we have 3 days. We'll try to run on schedule. I think we're already late by a few minutes, but we'll cover that. We do encourage discussions. So if you do have questions, I'll go and ask them during the presentation itself. And definitely you can use the breaks. Speakers, just make sure that Sydney, where's Sydney? Hiding outside, has their slides, so we're running on time. We talked about the dinner on Tuesday and the raffle and the sponsors tables. A few things about the HPC Advisory Council. So the mission of the council is to drive HPC and AI education and outreach. We are doing multiple conferences around the world. So we did one in Stanford in February. This one we're running here for 3 days together with CSCS and HPCAC-AI. We'll have one in the UK, one in Australia, and one in China remainder of the year. We're also running several competitions or university-based competitions around optimizing HPC workloads and building your own small supercomputer and running HPC and AI workloads on it. For the first time this year in June, they're going to be a group from ETH. And I think some of the students are here, right? So looking forward to see you in Germany. Dan is the guy that you need to be afraid of, by the way. So he's one of the judges, and the one's gonna hustle you in the competition as well. So it's good to make him your friend.
We'll invite him for a beer, actually.
And then we're posting or doing a lot of best practices on different applications and how to optimize performance and so forth. So everything goes on the website, and you're more than welcome to check it out. My job in the council is actually just to put all of the logos of all the members on one slide. That's what I do. So we have more than 400, I don't know exactly how many, but more than 400.
You have to count them too.
Yeah, I need to count them. That's true. If there is any person here or entity here that are not part, you're more than welcome to join. There is no fees to join the council, and you get closer to the research and activities and access to the compute centers that the council has and so forth. Okay, so with that, I'd like to welcome you. Hope you're going to enjoy the next 3-4 days. If you do have feedback, because we do want to get things better and better year over year, please let me know, or Hussein or Sydney knows about it during the conference.
That's all for now. So we'll be just providing the information regarding the event and all
tomorrow.
This, just tomorrow, and how to reach it, bus, whatever.
So now we want to invite the man, the legend.
Exactly.
Michele.
Michele.
Your turn.
Already?
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. So Michele from CSCS, Associate Director and the Vice Director, and he will just giving us, I believe you have a short talk, Michele, right?
No, I have more time, so no, I will be a short talk. Yes. Fine. Okay, also welcome from my side. And welcome from CSCS, since we are co-sponsoring this event here in Lugano. Welcome to Lugano. And sure, we have to start also saying happy birthday to the conference, so 2010-2019, and thank you very much to Gilad and Hussein for keeping this running for so many years, and that's, you know, everything is always changing, and to be sure that every year we have this conference we can meet here in Lugano is also very important. And I was looking, I know you all are looking in the future, and that's why you are here. You want to know how the trends are, where we are going. And I'm also someone that likes to look in the past, what it changed in these 10 years. I'm using CSCS as point of reference. So let's go, and I was grabbing in the annual report of CSCS in 2010. We don't have the annual report of 2019 since the year has just to start, and was just comparing some key information we are always putting in the annual report. On one side we had the size of our supercomputing, and at that time in 2010 we had Monte Rosa, which was a Cray XT5, and with really was very, very fast with 212 teraflops. Today we have Pete Stein. He's divided in two partitions, one hybrid and the second one not hybrid, and is providing about 27.2 petaflops. So if we have a factor of 130 times more computing power to do science, to do research, to help our scientists. If I look also about the computing time for science, so at that time we were computing the time we give to the scientists in core hours, so we have to divide this number here by about a factor 64 or 54. And today we, so at that time, 2010, we had 168 millions, and now we have 46 millions, but with this factor here, we are giving 15 times more computing time to science for the projects. If I continue at CSCS, at that time we were about 50 people, and then now we are 99, so 100 persons working at CSCS, and that's a factor 2. And finally, also the user community, we have also had about 65 projects, 600 users, and now we have about double so much users than scientists. So I think that we have challenges in different sides. On one side, on the technology side, on giving, making available these additional computing resources, but also in keeping the contact with the scientific community. What does it mean to give 10 more times computing power available to the scientists? How do we develop the programs so that the calls we have for the scientists to access these resources? I think this is very nice to see in 10 years how things evolved. Now, I want also to show that what we are doing here and co-sponsoring this event here, the HPC Advisory Council here in Lugano, is only part of our commitment of CSCS really into knowledge sharing and to discuss, to meet with peers, and to meet with our users. And I want just to give you some examples of what we did last year here in Lugano. And on one side we have the ADAC workshop Switzerland, and we have people here that just came back yesterday, I suppose, from the United States. And ADAC is an Accelerated Data Analytics and Computing Institute. It's a joint venture at this time with UT Battle, Oak Ridge, ETH Zurich, and Tokyo Tech, but we are adding additional members to this community, and it's about to collaborate to leverage the respective investment in application software readiness in order to expand the breadth of application capable of running on accelerated architecture. So these people are committed. We think that not only the CPU is important, but to be able to use next generation accelerators, for example, what we had at CSCS with the GPUs. And if you want additional information, there is the link here below. A second one, CSCS is always going to the different conferences, ISC and Supercomputing, and we have a booth at ISC 18, and we will have again a booth at ISC 19. So you are more than welcome to join us now in Frankfurt in June 17 to 20, 2019. So you will be missing the chocolate we are giving to you here. You can get extra chocolate there at ISC and really meet all the representatives from the HPC community here in Switzerland, with other organizations helping us at the booth. Additionally, there is the conference, which is the PASC. We had the PASC 18 conference, which is an interdisciplinary platform for the exchange of competencies in scientific computing and computational science. I would say this is exactly complementary to what we are doing here in this conference. Here we are more about the technologies, how can we provide a new good computing environment to the scientists. And now the other question is, what can do the scientists with the environment we are providing? And what we want to understand is not only what we can deliver to one single scientist, but to the community. How can they share their experiences in using HPC system? And that's the goal of the PASCA conference. So last year was really, we were in Basel. Very good conference. We had about 400 people attending the conference, scientists from all over the world. It's getting from a, let's say, Swiss-centric conference to a very international conference. And we had so different numbers, but we had about 200 presentations in 48 topically focused mini symposia, 60 posters, and very interesting also plenary presentations. And we have seen outside there is some advertising for the conference, and what is also nice, we are always try to coordinate this event together with the ISC, so that if people are coming from outside Europe, it's very easy, makes sense to be in summer here in Europe, because we are the two most important conferences, one after the other. This time is first the PASC conference, next will be in Zurich, and then you go from Zurich to Frankfurt, so you can change from Bratwurst to some Frankfurter Wienerli. So it's always a German cooking, but I think it will make sense really to come here and join both conferences. Then for us it's also very important to invest in future generations. So we have a summer school. We have a very nice place here in, next to Lugano, on the lake of Lugano. And we have had a summer school 2018, and we will have the summer school 2019. July 15 to 25, and very interesting prices. Is about 1.5 weeks, and we will have different focus. One is also using accelerated systems, and also about the data science. And to register, just visit our web pages, make a little bit publicity inside your organizations. Then we have also a user lab day, so we want also our user community to understand what we are doing at the center, to show the latest trends. There is a lot of new services we are providing to the scientists, and we have once a year we have meet. We invite all the people, in this case into Lucerne, to tell them what we are doing and to listen from them what their needs are. And we invite again, if you are in Switzerland, you are already a user, or you would like to become a user of CSCS, we will meet again in September 9, 2019, save the date, and additional information will be published on our web pages. Then again, so we are also focusing on research groups. They want to use this accelerated infrastructure, and that's why we're organizing together with other institutions around the world. But there is one conference here in Lugano, which is the Hackathon, and will be AeroHack. We had AeroHack 18. So you see the group. What I didn't remove from the picture is the pool in front, so that people can still go and relax after the work they are doing. And the next one, AeroHack 19, will be on GPU programming hackathon, September 30 to October 4, 2019. So what we want are research groups or 4, 5, 6 people joining together. They want to solve a real problem, how to accelerate their codes, and we will have a lot of experts helping them in optimizing their codes. Finally, the year will end with the Supercomputing conference. So we went also last year to Dallas, and this year we will go to Denver at Supercomputing 19 in Denver. We will have again a booth, and 18 to 21, and you get some Swiss chocolate and coffee, because in America it's important to have good coffee also there. And yes, we had additionally a lot of courses and workshops that we are organizing, which are online or in person at the center. So you please stay tuned on what we are organizing. You could find something interesting also for you. And again, I'm finished making some advertising for the PASC 19 conference that will take place in Zurich, and you find additional information outside. And that's are my last words. I wish you a very pleasant and interesting conference. Thank you.